Devlog 2026 Week 6. I am still working on my untitled sokoban prototype. Started this week with working on a bug. There was an issue where when a static object was pushed onto an enemy, destroying that enemy, the tile would be marked as unoccupied when the enemy was destroyed. As the static object is still on that tile after the enemy's been destroyed, it should be marked as occupied. Since it's not, any enemy could then navigate onto the tile and they would be automatically destroyed when the enemy would collide with the static object. The resolution for this was really straightforward, distinguishing between an enemy being destroyed by another enemy or the player against an enemy being destroyed by the static object. This should only ever happen when a static object is pushed onto an enemy. In that case, preventing marking the tile as unoccupied solves the problem. As part of this work, I added a level debug overlay to make problems like this just easier to identify in the future. I can toggle it on and off while in debug mode, and it shows me every tile that has been marked as occupied. From there, I did some work around implementing some actual levels. I wanted to have 5 playable levels that were at least somewhat interesting. As I was building those levels, I started to realize I was introducing multiple mechanics at once. It wasn't necessarily obvious what everything was doing or capable of on introduction, since there's no clarification on what things do outside of determining behavior and mechanics through gameplay. I made some additional levels to introduce behaviors and mechanics in isolation. These levels introduce a mechanic in isolation, followed by a bit of elaboration before providing a level with multiple mechanics at play. Created a total of 15 levels instead of the 5 that I was planning on. It introduces all the enemies and static objects that are currently implemented in the game. It introduces first and then combines them together in further levels. This is largely just behavior-driven stuff. There are no difficult puzzles in here currently. Overwhelmingly, most players should be able to grind through the existing levels in a couple minutes without any real issues. There isn't a significant challenge yet. This is largely to get a sense of whether this all works as a game and if it's worth pursuing past this point. I've got some additional mechanics that I could be incorporating into the game. I want to get some feedback on how the game is working currently before I chase down more features and functionality. I'm at the appropriate point of determining whether it's worth continuing to build this project out. I'm going to give it a week, let it sit, and we'll see what comes back out of feedback. I'm going to work on something else in the interim, and I'll comment on that in next week's devlog. If you're interested in checking out the game, it is up on itch, the link is in the description. I've also got the project and code available, it's up on Worktree, link in the description as well. If you're interested in Godot game dev or curious about the code, you can view it there. I'm on Ko-fi. If you're capable and would like to support my fumbling towards trying to make an income as a solo indie game dev, you can do so there. I've also got a sticker up for sale up on my Ko-fi if you'd prefer to purchase something. Link in the description.